Hello, friends. Today we're going to talk about a self-generating power. We're going to talk about spirit energy key. Spirit is a self-generated thing. It's endless, eternal power. Internal power that can be converted into anything you want. If you want mental fortitude, you can convert that. If you want physical fortitude, you can convert it into that. You can create an energy of endless attacks. In life, there's universal truth. This universal truth I want to tell you right now is that perseverance is the key. If we just persevere through anything, it's easy to win. It's easy to destroy the obstacle. Let's say there was a brick wall and you wanted to bust through the brick wall. What is it that you have to do? You have to persevere and break through the brick wall. If you persevere long enough and break through, you can win. If you do try your best and still lose, you win because you become stronger. And you have to understand that it's easy to take an L if you tried your best. But most people truly don't try their best. They just say these excuses. Oh, I tried my best. That's just an excuse for them to cope with their failures, right? Because if you truly try your best, you still win in the end because you tried your best. Perhaps your best wasn't as best as the other person's best, but you still won. You still tried your best and you learned something because you never taste failure if you try your best. Because effort is a muscle. Even if you fail, you become stronger. You become stronger, you learn new things, you become braver, you become more competent than ever before. Because you exercise your effort muscle. Effort is a muscle. And as a man, making things happen is the way of a man. We go out and make things happen. We don't let the world happen to us. We make things happen to the world. We just go out and conquer. We go out and do things and do that and do this. But any man that let the world happen to him, he's a feather in the wind of life, blowing around, getting blowed here, getting blowed there. He's just a weak man. So we go out and imprint the world. You should feel urgent every second. You should not waste a second of your time. You need to spend all of your time becoming stronger, making more money, hitting more push-ups, meditating, training, praying. You need to spend all of your time becoming better. Because you can't let the enemy keep defeating you. You cannot let the enemy win. And any man that thinks he doesn't have an enemy, well, he's just going through life with zero control. What is a man without competition? Who is he? Whether your competition is yourself or an outside enemy that you have to outcompete. Every man has to compete against something. It gives him drive. This is a competitive world. In biology, the species compete against each other. And any species that does not compete, they were always killed off. So even in biology, the species that could not compete were killed off. So this is why every man should compete. If you're not going to try now, when are better chances going to come? You have to question yourself. If you're not going to try now, when are you going to try? If you were to look your favorite person in the face, in the eye, and say, I could have been anything in life, but I was too busy on Pornhub, would you think they would be proud of you? Fuck no. Do you want to matter or do you want to be a nobody? Life is about choices. You have to make a choice as a man. You have to make a choice. Life is about choices as a man. How can you struggle with motivation then? If you want to be great and you want to be important and you want to be respected and you want women to love you like Preem, like me, how can you lack motivation? If you lack motivation, then you're dumb. You're just a dummy. How can you say you don't want to be a nobody and you want to be Preem, you want to be like Preem, but you struggle with motivation? Bullshit. You don't really want it. If you wanted it, you would have the motivation you need. It's all garbage. It doesn't matter what you're born with as a man. All those nights you play video games and jacked off, accumulated to no women in your DM. That's what it accumulated to. All those nights wasted. sitting in front of the television, watching, scrolling TikTok, laughing your problems away, sitting in front of in the game video screen, that accumulated to no women in your DM. No women likes you. Women don't respect you. That's what it accumulated to. And you say you don't have motivation? Neither did I, but I still did it. You have no excuse. You must train harder than ever before. You must emerge as a better man. Why not? But we have so many losers that do not understand that being a man is acting in a way you're supposed to, regardless of how you feel. They don't understand that. All of these men keep saying, but I want to be happy. But I want to feel. Feelings are for women and children. Leave it to the women. Leave it to the children. Men act. We act on the world. You need to start to think about what you're supposed to do, not what you feel like doing. Because the more you start to think about what you feel like doing, feelings come and go. You don't always feel good. You don't always feel happy. That's the difference. That is the secret of life as a man. If you can do those things which you do not feel, if you can do those things that you do not feel like doing, you will win. You will outcompete the competition, because there's a bunch of weak men. There is strong men needed more now than ever before. And if you can fill that gap, you can win. Just like I'm filling that gap. I understand everything that I need to create myself into. I created myself into Preem, a man that is filling the gap of strong men, which is needed, right? So do you understand that we act? You need to stop making excuses. It's never going to get better by itself. But I want you to imagine, let's say you need to put on deodorant, but you never get up and put on deodorant. How would the deodorant get put on? So stop making excuses. It's never going to happen. It's never going to get better by itself. It's never going to happen if you don't do anything. The power is within your own hands. You can have anything you want. If you want that girl, you can have her. If you want that car, you can have it. As a man, you can have anything you want if you dedicate yourself with enough given time. Currently, everything around you may not look and add up to the things that you want. But as I said, the best time to start is now. There will never be a perfect chance. Every tree outside was planted 100 years ago. But the best time to plant a tree is when? Now. The best time to do those things that you want to do is now. Men say, I want you to understand something, that a lot of men keep complaining about depression and all these things, and all of it is complete garbage. Once you start to remove yourself from the weakness of a mind, you start to move in a way of pure strength. I want you to understand, a skinny man in a life where nothing goes wrong, that is a hedonistic, petty man. That is a man that will go off and shoot up schools off of impulse. That is a weak man. You don't want to be like that. I want you to understand, a man that doesn't need to train, he's an evil hedonist. He lacks pain and he indulges in pleasure his whole life. Video games, jacking off, wasting time just sitting in front of the TV screen. That is an evil hedonist, petty man. He will lash out on emotions. You can't trust him in the midst of combat. You can't trust him to do anything. But a masculine men do what they don't feel like doing. It is your duty as a man. A man without duty is a dangerous, weak man. Just a man without duty is a dangerous, weak man. He has no drive, no motivation, no purpose. I want you to understand that a man who acts out on emotions is a weak man. We get school shooters. We get all these things. We get men who cannot control their mind. If you cannot control your own mind, then you're just a feather in the wind. You're just a feather in the wind, getting blowed here, getting blowed there. Everyone's distracted. Everyone's distracted, scrolling TikTok, watching all of the garbage that they watch, typing internet garbage on the internet, watching brain rot, scrolling TikTok, jerking off the Pornhub like jackasses. It's so easy to win. Porn and becoming excellent comes down to who you are as a man. What you are as a man will come down to you choosing to do the brave thing. Do the opposite of what the masses is doing. What is the masses telling you to do? They're telling you to watch the porn. They're telling you to jack off. They're telling you to waste your time. Don't do what they tell you to do. Don't do that. Focus all of your energy to becoming better. Get physical strength. Start to train. Start to run, work out, meditate it, push-ups, read more, get more knowledge, more wisdom. Spend all of your waking hours trying to become better, feeding your mind the right things. Quit watching these streamers and garbage. It's all garbage. It's all garbage. And life as a man is not about being happy or easy. Once you get rid of the idea of being happy as a man, even the Bible itself, nowhere in the Bible it tells you that you're supposed to be happy. Do you think Jesus was happy when he got up there and died on the cross? Do you think Paul and them was happy when they had to die upside down? Do you think all of the prophets in history was happy? Forget happiness. When you become great, when you try to become great, guess what you become along with trying to become great? Happy. That's what you become when you try to become great. And in the process of becoming great, you become happy. So I look around and I see men say they're depressed. How do you have time to be depressed? There's so much you need to do. You have to save your family, your bloodline from the eternal slavery. And you have time to be depressed? You're going against men like me. I don't care about being depressed. I don't care about being sad. These are normal human emotions. And I get up and do those things which I'm supposed to do regardless of how I feel. That is a life of man. That is a life of preem. My life is a movie. You're afraid of what it may be. You're afraid of what it may take for you to feel those emotions and get up and do what you need to do anyways. Why are you afraid of pain? Why are you afraid of feeling sad and depressed? Forget all of the garbage. Who cares? You're going to have to do those things which you need to do regardless of how you feel. Who's going to break your family out of slavery, out of the slavery and the serfdom? You have to be the one to do it. You cannot do that if you continue to allow yourself to roll around and use depression as a shield, as an all excuse. There's so much you need to do. If you construct a mindset that allows you to be competent as possible, everything is possible. You're as competent as possible if you believe everything is in your control. You're competent as possible if you work regardless of how you feel. You're as competent as possible if you do your duty as a man. Also, if bad things happen to you and you believe it will make you better, you're as competent as possible. The best men in the world have gone through problems. Show me a man without problems. Show me a man without pain and struggle and no training. That is a weak man. That is a weak man. So I'm going to end it here. You need to become hyper competitive. Click the link in the description and I guarantee you we will win. T.me/preem operations, link in the description. I will see you there.